What I mean to say is, possessing strength alone does not make one worthy of respect.
Look, putting in effort is how you grow. You know, as a person and stuff.
Did you get hit on the head? Come on.
You really are a fool. The biggest in all of Fodlan. You're so reckless and inattentive. I thought this might be divine punishment.
Nonsense. Sins are not so easily washed away. You have not changed one bit. If you stand in my way, I will strike you down.
Almost forgot how spooky this place is. I don't know if I can do this alone. No, I've got to. It's not a pleasant job, but someone has to do it.
I'm in awe of you.
You're capable, confident.
We're all very grateful.
Here goes.
I feel like I'm late again. Ashe took point on leading the battle into Ailell, given that it's about House Row and everything.
Perhaps a good place to finish off my life as a knight. Only
That's about as optimistic as most people usually are with Trilith, sure.
That man who raises the lion's flag, Lord Gwendol. He is an elder knight who serves House Row. Gwendol would, without thought, fight any battle if ordered. There is no chance of negotiating with him.
Good. There's no negotiation mechanic in the game, so...
Ailell is a deadly place. Flames burst from the ground with no warning. Sane people usually avoid it.
Are you insane? So the flames of torment burn your sins, your life, your everything. If you wish to spare yourself the goddess's wrath, tread lightly.
At your service.
First order of business is to figure out who's going to draw out the enemies. Armor Cetus is an obvious candidate over here. Ingrid has enough range that she can leisurely just call upon Thunder to strike her enemies, and she won't even be in danger from anything. Assassil Vane is going to take point on the north and just try to dodge some arrows, and we'll reposition everyone and see what happens in the enemy phase. We get a good dodge there. 42% is actually not that unlikely to hit. Mercedes actually taking physical damage, hitting back with Crusher for some really strong hits to start us off. This one actually coming for Trilith. Gets a hit, but Trilith gets a counterattack with that lightning stick. Lightning rod, if you will, but it's a stick made of wood. It's hard to really describe why that happens. Dimitri has some battling to do. We're just going to use Dark Pulse, since right now it appears he is a Dark type. We want to get that same type attack bonus. Dimitri gets to level 33.
With each kill, more monstrous.
More monstrous indeed. You are stronger and faster, cleverly avoiding magic.
I feel a little stronger.
A little? That is a lot stronger, Marianne. That is way better than Dimitri's level, and his wasn't that bad. Assassil Vane goes in, Master Duelist. He takes down the helpless archer that couldn't fight back. Maybe it's not as big a victory as we thought. Level's pretty good, and he gets a killer bow out of it. So killer sounds pretty good to him. He's going to keep that on his person. Ingrid going to not move in, really, just kind of take a 5-foot step before discovering that metal has no insulative properties from the cold. Ashe expected that since he's been paying attention in science class. And now Ashe is going to go in, and he doesn't even care that there's going to be a counterattack here. He's willing to dodge it and demonstrate his mastery of the winds. He can just blow the arrows out of the air. Happy the War Monk is still around, and her magic is still strong enough to make armored units go away.
You can't be too skilled.
Linhart's getting ready to embrace the destiny he's dreamed of, to replicate the ancient warriors we've heard of. Annette just going to... expand the Death Quilt a little bit. We haven't heard much about the Sewing Club recently, but it's still going. We'll see some healing coming in from Sir Felix, annoyed as he might be that he continually has to heal Trilith's reckless butt. He has to all the time. Trilith going to move Dimitri forward, because Dimitri warned about that lava, so we better throw him right in the middle of it. More enemies moving in, coming after Ashe. Somehow they land a 24% shot. Ashe will not take that kindly. And though he didn't get a 69 crit, which is an insult kind of in itself, he does get the kill. Armor unit coming in for Sylvain and regretting it, though is still alive to express that regret. Lava damage coming down. Why would Trilith try to avoid that after all? Armor Cetis doesn't really care who's coming up here, so she's just going to charge in, figure out what is the most accurate option she has to kill it, and punch it out. Happy
Thanks so much.
is going to heal up Ashe, given his unexpected injury. And Ashe is going to take a courageous move forward as well, because he can actually get some relevant counterattacks off. A bolt axe, that'll be relevant later as well. Let's put that in the convoy for now, since Sylvain isn't allowed to use axes. Dimitri, where do we want to put you? Right here sounds good, and continues you on the path we want you to go down.
Eventually,
Dark Pulse, super effective.
I'll never be satisfied.
Not satisfied with super effective. He wants 4x damage, I guess. Enemy coming in on Armor Cetis. Actually getting in 2 hits, which dealt literal damage. That might be the most successful enemy against her so far. Ashe, again, not dodging, but now he should be safe from everything else. Oh, nope, we need a dodge here. Good job, Ashe. That also wouldn't have killed him. But these snipers learning that they have to study Brigid techniques and get faster.
War fuels my body and mind.
Petra showing off her approach to the war, which is in line with the Brigid School curriculum that she oversees.
Won't work.
Good dodge there from Sylvain. And now it's our turn. Ashe can get things started. Just seeing if there's beans up in here using the can opener spell.
I'm still here.
No beans of note. Mercedes, again, we probably just want to be accurate. Let's poke in with the Lance of Ruin. And Happy is going to just probably go for max damage with the double Nosferatu here. Works down that Armor Knight a little bit, should give us more options in how to kill it. Ingrid can just kill anything from anywhere, so let's focus on this one.
I'll end this quickly.
That armor still not helping you stay
I shall
warm.
not stray.
And Ingrid gets to level 34, applying that principle.
I must continue my training.
If you continue it like that, by all means.
Never end up on your bad side.
Happy, I think you've said that to everyone on the squad at this point. You might want to just stay friends with everyone. Annette, demonstrating her total dominance of the Sewing Club. Happy, illustrating that she understands the hierarchy on this squad. Sylvain getting a critical that isn't quite hilarious. And Dimitri can follow up using Dark Pulse once again.
See you in the
Getting more
eternal
XP.
flames.
I wonder what kind of EVs and IVs Dimitri has, and what you get out of killing these Armor Knights. Trilith is not going to wait to find out, and is just going to show off his new Bolganone on his new horse. And Sir Felix is going to try and make sure he doesn't get too far ahead. Nosferatu coming down there from Happy to finish off that Armor Knight she started attacking. Dimitri once more taking damage from that lava he warned everyone about. We'll move up Trilith and Assassil Vane to get into that wave of enemies, and we'll reposition everyone on the left. Reinforcements coming in.
Attack them from both sides.
You're on precisely one side of us. Going after Gilbert. One would think that'd be effective, as he is the weak link of the army, but he manages to live no problem and doubles them on the counterattack. Great dodge there from Sylvain, and instantly gets the kill. An unnecessary critical is the best kind, as we've learned throughout the series. Can he do it again? Yes, he can. He gets lethality, just evading the crit question entirely. Attack coming down on Trilith. He doesn't manage to dodge it, but gets off the stick of lightning once more. Heal coming in to remedy that mistake the sniper made. And here is Rodrigue.
So Cornelia has planted spies even inside Garreg Mach.
You talking about me?
The shield of Fargus has appeared. We can expect more out of him than the young one.
That's fair. Alright, now we gotta protect Rodrigue, which is why we needed to get the Trilith, Felix, Dimitri, Sylvain squad up there as quickly as we did. Now, the rest of the squad over here, Annette's going to get us started, take it down to 6. I think we want Ingrid to go over here and intercept, since she can actually counterattack. That knight also dressed in metal, so
on top of it.
Not very warm. Annette recognizes that Ingrid is, in fact, pretty cool. Trilith can get far enough ahead, and he has massive charm. We land at 80%. So we get to protect Rodrigue from that angle and get a counterattack off. Dimitri work his way forward. Just use a Thunder Shock here. We don't want to run out of Dark Pulses. Its PP is pretty limited. Poison Strike going down. I don't know what power that really represents. We'll have Sir Felix come in and finish the job for His Highness, his best friend Dimitri, as Sylvain draws out another wave on the left. Of course, these are all sword breakers, so we try to dodge with the mini bow, not quite as effective. Ingrid doesn't get the dodge, but she is going to get the kill here, or not. Great dodge from the enemy sniper, I guess. Good, you know, game recognized game. Good dodge there from Trilith. He actually hits in melee with his pointy stick. And Rodrigue is going to bail us out. Twist. Okay, Ingrid is going to move away from the enemies in order to hit them. There goes down the blizzard. Nobody has to worry about getting a disease from that axe. Somebody should learn to clean those. Just a curved shot from Annette should be able to finish these off. We'll use the silver bow, get in enough damage. We land the 77, and there it goes. We'll rally up our Mercedes on the heal tile, so she should put up some really good defense. We'll see if Sylvain can kill with this killer bow. Apparently it's broken, given that it did not kill anything. And we'll just move Sir Felix in. Looks like we'll have to spend a charge on the Spear of Assault, which is unfortunate given how hard it is to repair, but it is just one, and we'll move him back with Canto.
In a place like this. No, that won't do.
Most people would just stop there.
Here's a small souvenir for you. Put it to good use.
Oh, Felix must not have told you about the curriculum I set up. I can't use this. Maybe Sylvain will get it, or Ashe when he's ready. Anyway, let's put a pointy stick in this person.
This could turn the tides.
Then we'll put Trilith there and see what the enemies do. More reinforcements spawning. Gwendol taking some lava damage. He didn't come prepared. Mercedes, not afraid of anything, poking in with the Stick of Ruin. Gwendol charging away from the lava. That's smart, at least. No damage coming in on Mercedes except for the poison damage, her only weakness. Interesting direction for those knights to go. Attacking the armor unit, another interesting decision. Rodrigue, again demonstrating that he's the one that's here to save us.
Let's do this.
Armor unit, interesting decision to use this gambit on a single unit, but in tandem, those two Fortress Knights got the kill, so I can't really complain too much. Green unit's getting things done. Gilbert is going to remind everyone that he is actually here and he has a weapon, and he takes interest in his daughter's hobbies because he joined the sewing club. Happy's going to punch something to death. Just a reminder, she's a war cleric. And Ashe is once again going to risk getting counterattacked just to demonstrate that he is the master and does not care about his enemies. Mercedes going to move forward a little bit.
Much appreciated.
And we're going to spend some healing on Ashe before coming back to see Trilith magic down a Fortress Knight. He's also demonstrated that metal doesn't help you against heat-based attacks. So both sides of the spectrum are now covered. Some healing coming down from Sir Felix as he moves forward. Again, attacking Gilbert, smart strategy, but he just has so much HP. If Dimitri is a Pikachu, it looks like Gilbert's our Chansey.
This'll get him.
Oh, Mercy's other weakness. Gambits. Okay, that's not helpful.
Does a whelp like you really expect to kill me?
Says this to the
I am Gwendol,
oldest
the
other
Grey
person
Iron,
on the
a
map.
knight by the hand of Count Rowe. Do your worst.
I'm sure he will. The rest of us are. And it looks like Rodrigue ran out of auras at the moment where he would have proven the theory that green units can't kill bosses. Okay, then. Ashe, we still have time to get some kills before we off Gwendol. We were trying to make our way up to that other chest on the left side of the map, but I think there's only a silver shield in there, so we don't really care about it.
War fuels my body.
Petra, indeed it does. Look at that. Earning her place as headmaster of the Bridget School of Sorcery. Annette has a magic bow from the other mission the other day. And that is good enough to get her to level 33.
I keep advancing.
Wow, you really do. And look how swole up she is with that 29 strength. And Ingrid is mad at snipers on this map because they hurt her. She will not stand for that.
Amazing.
Ashe likes seeing snipers go down. He and Ingrid can really bond over that. Trilith, what do we want you to do? Trilith is a little reckless, so he's going to actually risk death on this 54% chance crit, but it worked out. It, you know, always would have 54% of the time. Move back next to Gwendol. And Felix is going to go for the kill with Nosferatu here. Following his dad's example, though, he only hits with one of those two magic attacks that he planned to hit with.
Back before the academy, I met this girl who I fell madly in love with. And her dad tried to kill me. Oh yeah, her dad? Lord Gwendol. Crazy, right? I never thought I'd seriously be trying to kill the guy in battle.
Well, he gets his revenge.
So I have found a place to die. Young ones, I thank you.
Maybe this is how Gwendol blesses those relationships. It's real weird. I don't understand all the Fargus traditions. That's more something to ask Felix about.
It is the way of knights to follow their master's orders without argument. Lord Gwendol was a good man.
Now he is just a corpse, nothing more. Let's go. Rodriguez waiting for us.
Dimitri, you good? He's literally right there. You can actually see him on the left side of the screen. Anyway, Ashe gets MVP.
You are a brave one, aren't you? We are in your debt. I will repay you for this someday, I swear it.
Hey, come on, stop that.
All right, we have a chance to see our skill progress and take a look at what everybody is studying on the main cast or otherwise. I want to just take the opportunity while we're looking at this to thank everyone for their support of the channel. Just a quick reminder to subscribe if you haven't already. I want to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the Azure Moon route. We're so close. We're at almost 1,800 as I record this. So please, again, subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video. Leave a comment on anything you might be thinking about. I always love hearing from you. Now we got some grinding to do. So, as you may have heard, there are some supply chain issues in Fodlan as well. There's just a massive shortage of arcane crystals. So, the team is going to go out and try to fix that, get rid of some bandits that are in the way. Sylvain using his duelist skills to try to talk some sense into the coordinators of the arcane crystal supply chain. Trilith just going to show off his new fire skills. Getting to level 34.
There is still room for improvement.
There really is, but at least you're getting better at the thing you just did. Happy getting to level 32. The violence is to unlock the supply chain. We just talked about that. Keep up, Happy. Happy actually gets a point of strength, which will be useful to make her punches deal more than single-digit damage.
I have an idea.
Mercy, remembering that she can use gambits as well as get hit by them.
Leave it to me.
Note that Armor Cetus' strength is pretty significantly below Annette's. And we get a Wootz Steel out of that very strategically placed gambit, if I do say so myself. Gilbert gets himself up to an important level 30. Not that he'll be in a master class anytime soon. You really do. MVP of this battle is Sir Felix, as he took point. The supply chain is still down, but I think this one will be able to get some arcane crystals flowing. Ashe getting hit there, but Petra getting a level out of the exchange.
War fuels my body and mind.
We've established that. You don't need to say the whole thing every time. Annette going in with the magic bow, getting that kill, and helping Linhardt get to level 22.
Was any of this worth it?
Apparently not.
I won't back down.
No, she won't, and the Killer Bow Plus works. Maybe that was the problem with the regular Killer Bow that Sylvain was using. So, he believed in the Killer Bow Plus.
Another victory.
Apparently you should believe in Bolganone, because you'll get paid 1,000 gold for it. Annette gets MVP, as she should.
Jeez. Are you sure this will make me stronger?
Well, that cheese must have done something, since it helped you pass your Fortress Knight exam. What do you get for it? 3 strength, a defense, and a hit point. I'm as surprised as you are. We got Marianne's paralogue here. Mercy needs a sword for her collection other than Thunderbrand.
Talk about.
Do you bear our crest? For what purpose did you come here?
Treasure hunting, as always.
Crest? Does that mean...
It appears that your presence has been detected by bloodthirsty demonic beasts.
You talking about me? I knew she was here, yes.
Strategy?
We'll have Trilith get us started after Gilbert shows us the way with his torch. Trilith is just going to run in and break in this Brave Lance that we stole from an enemy a couple maps ago.
It won't be in vain.
I sure hope not. It's dead. I don't think enemies rise from the grave in this game.
Everyone, please move carefully.
This forest is the den of demonic beasts. You will be lucky to make it out alive.
Well, normally I agree with that, at least as far as Marianne goes, but hopefully we'll be able to get her out of danger radius pretty soon. We're going to have to move quickly to get the group to join up with her. Mercy is going to blow one of those wave attacks on this initial monster so that we can try to dispatch it with great haste. Dimitri, come on forward. It is weak to axes, so we can use that short axe or just go in with some magic. Given that they're all broken from what Mercy did, we should just use Dark Pulse. We get some Poison Strike damage, and now we have to make sure that we don't move anyone in just to die. So it looks like Felix will be taking one wolf hit over there, get in a couple of hits with his reinforced stick, and Leonie is going to try her best. It's very adorable. We appreciate the effort.
I'll keep pushing myself.
And she's actually pushing herself to do better with the magic she just used and failed to deal any damage with. Maybe she'll deal 1 damage next time. Sylvain is going to try and get us started with this wolf. Gets a good dodge in the middle of the forest, and gets a crit off of that mini bow. So he's doing a pretty decent job.
I'd be honored.
And we've still got a barrier to break down on this beast. So we'll have Ashe do it, and he'll be able to cut down that health bar with the Cutting Gale. Let's see if there are any beans inside that health bar, because we used the can opener spell. Enough beans to get to level 34.
Without power, who can you protect?
As he gets both sources of power. Ashe, you are on board with everything. You're on fire today. Well, you're the master of winds, not fire. You get what I was going for. Ingrid is going to see just how warm that fur can keep you. Warm enough. All right, we've learned something about mammalian anatomy. Annette, looks like their resistance to crits goes down pretty significantly. So let's see if Annette can nail the 86. She can, and takes down a health bar in 1 arrow. Oh, secret monster from the north. Also very warm. I don't know what these things are, but somehow they're able to regulate the temperature of their own blood. They must not be reptiles. Felix lived. Not a dodge tank, Sir Felix. Gilbert, though, apparently is. That's confusing. Heals coming down from the fog. We have no idea who did that. We just did not get a glimpse of them at all. No idea what's going on. Total mystery coming from these fog maps. That is not frustrating in any way. Trilith is actually going to do something useful here and use an assault troop to break down a whole ton of barriers. Ingrid, run away from that monster that just hit her, and see what you can do from over here. You can hit anything you want on the map from any angle, because that is what your relic allows you to do. And it looks like Thunder is super effective. We don't quite get the kill there, but just not quite is the operative word. It looks like just tapping it with anything will finish it off. Felix is going to try and help us out, and we need to heal him a little bit. So Absorption will break down some barriers, deal some damage, and get some HP back on Sir Felix.
Guess I need to train harder.
You kinda do. But with that extra strength, it'll make the training a little easier. Get 3 Woot's Steel. Woot. Gilbert has borrowed that rapier from duelist Sylvain, so he can actually crack through that health bar, and now Armor Cetus moving on forward, earning the name Thunder Cetus, but not quite getting the kill on the wolf. We have a couple of things that we need to just show a light tap so that they'll fall over and get out of our way. And we have a few units left that can do that, so Annette is going to just go in for a little bit of damage, knocking down that last barrier and getting more Woot's Steel. Dimitri is going to use Dark Pulse to finish this off, claim the kill and the Life Taker, but he didn't have any HP to heal. Sylvain can run all over the map wherever he wants, so he's going to dive into this forest and see if anyone will attack him from the fog. Bernadetta gets to level 21.
Bernie's just no good.
Well, not with that attitude and not with that kind of level. Exciting enemy phase, isn't it? Here we go. We get Sylvain to dodge things that he couldn't see, and we reveal our next enemy. Heal coming down on the wolf from mystery squares that we can't see. Okay, Ingrid has to get a wider view of the battlefield here to figure out what her options are. And Seraphim, if we recall, is super effective on all monsters, so we're just going to throw one down for 52. And Marianne is going to break tradition here and actually participate in her own paralogue using a physical weapon to deal actual damage. So she broke down that health bar, didn't have to risk a counterattack, and now Trilith can come on in and apparently risk almost nothing. Risk literally nothing.
Not bad.
Just gets to claim the kill. Even Dimitri has to admit that that was an adequate maneuver. Ashe has power over wind and ice, since, as we recall, the Brigid Archipelago, where he's been studying with Petra, is widely known for its cold storms. Gilbert has joined Annette's sewing club, and he can't really use the needles with a whole lot of force yet. He has a lot of learning to do. So the next meeting of the sewing club has been called, Annette trying to teach him a lesson. Breaks down that last barrier, gets some umbral steel. Not quite as in high demand as that Woot's Steel, but we'll take it. Felix, go on in for not quite enough to finish things off. Looks like Dimitri has to do everything himself, so another Dark Pulse coming down for so close to being hilarious, but not quite. It's always good to break down health bars with Dimitri, since the Poison Strike gets to happen on the next health bar. Thunder Cetus, wasting no time, wants to get to that last health bar to see the life leave its eyes. Pretty brutal. We'll have Sylvain come in, and what kind of assassination can he conduct? We're actually going to use the Wodow here. And we don't quite get that kill. Only one of those was a critical hit, so Sylvain is going to run away in shame. Again, riveting enemy phase.
Is that it?
Great dodge there from Sylvain. We don't get a counter, but we do get to see the next monster. And we get to see these mystery bishops. Okay, Mercedes is tired of this monster's antics and is going to make it just go away. It's gone, it's dead, don't worry about it anymore. Oh look, it's one of our mystery friends. Let's have his life be a mystery. Come on! There we go. That's how it works.
You make me feel safe.
Annette, just wanton murder from a huge distance makes Armorcetus feel safe. So, doesn't look like Bernie actually gets to ride one of those Pegasi, but they were death Pegasi, so maybe she was right to avoid it. We got the lethality from the Gambit through a barrier. I really didn't know that that would actually work. Alright then, what can we do now? We want to break down these barriers to try and keep mining the ore. Just go on in with our standard issue military stick. And Ingrid can always hit anything. Why was that even a question? Seraphim will break down this barrier. And Gilbert can even get in close enough to help. But we have a barrier to break down, so he's going to use his Gambit in basically the only position where he'll ever be able to hit with it. Well, maybe. Okay, we managed to get an 85 and break down all those barriers. Marianne, once again, participating in her own paralogue, getting a crit with that Boltax for 57, a non-negligible amount.
Gaining confidence.
As you should be. We can't see your face behind that shield, but I can tell there was a total resolute look on your face there as you were gaining that much confidence. Trilith, go on and practice that magic. Looks like he's been working on the light show pretty well, but you only managed to take it down to 66 despite that. Looks like we have to call in a real magic user in Ashe and see if the wind can blow it all the way to Brigid. Not today. Not today. All right. We don't get to show up Trilith that quickly, I guess. We'll just reflect on that for a moment, I suppose. Awesome. Now, Mercedes will not tolerate this thing living any longer, and will just put the Stick of Ruin straight into its mouth. And having moved Dimitri forward to use Flash, he is one of our HM users after all, we get to reveal this other bishop and immediately cut it up. Oh, a Hexlock shield. That just reminds me of Dedue. We miss him. We miss our Dedancer. That could allow us to move further forward and reveal more enemies. Unfortunately, we just have to have Felix live through that attack from this next monster. Trilith has to get hit by literal death. And someone else is going to try and finish the job, but they can't quite get the kill down on Trilith. Get some heals from that healed tile under Sylvain. Dimitri has some Dynamax attacks that he can do next to that heal tile. Going right down on that monster, breaking some barriers. And giving us a position to put Marianne in to continue helping out with that Boltax, which I should remind you, I said would be important later when Sylvain got it out of that chest. Mercedes, what do you want to do? It is weak to axes, so let's go in with Freikugel, its debut on this run. It can carve straight through the earth. Good job, animation team. Gilbert, what do you want to use? I suppose just duelist mode, since you can't take out the health bar with anything. The rapier will pierce right through it, get us that umbral steel. Sylvain, what problem are you going to solve for us, buddy? Looks like the kitchen knife can carve this one up just fine. Don't have to rely on crits or anything like that. And we'll be able to move Sylvain up a little bit after that, thanks to the fetters. Pointy stick still kills people, even if they don't make any noises. And now Annette can probably just move close to it, given that it's stunned. That was 81, not 8, which is what we needed. But, you know, sometimes we just have to showboat a little.
Thank you.
Sir Felix, once again, reminding Trilith not to be so reckless before realizing he's actually in pretty dire straits himself. Ingrid has to bail him out. Ashe still has that extra range, and still looking for beans. Are there beans in the beast? Perhaps. One more health bar to go before we get to finally find out where the beans are. Flash goes down again, shows us another beast in the forest. Mercy, Freikugel looking pretty good. Would have been awesome to get a crit there. Pretty climactic, but unfortunately we just don't get it. We have to spend more resources to take this thing down.
I'll end this quickly.
Ingrid is discovering that it had just enough blubber to take that first hit, but it can't resist Frostbite forever. Let's move Sylvain up, use the Levin Sword so we can counterattack, and reposition everyone else to join him. Or just wait around. So there's the attack going down on Sylvain. It's interesting that the camera didn't follow him up there until just now. An attack coming in on Ashe. He gets a dodge and looks like he will be able to get some mystery beans from inside that sniper. Oh, they're antitoxin. Those beans are pretty lame. Alright, Gilbert, get us started with that rapier. Looks like it's weak to swords, so Gilbert actually meaningfully contributed. Everyone give him a hand. Got some barriers to break down. A Seraphim should do fine. And gets Ingrid to level 35.
For now, I'll revel in my achievement.
You should. I don't know why that's restricted to just now. We can have a party later.
Be careful.
Sylvain says that whenever you party, you should do so carefully and conscientiously. Remember that, kids. Kitchen Knife getting some good use in this battle. Carving up that barrier and carving up that health bar.
Ernie's just no good.
Okay, that's a little better, but again, attitude adjustment might go a long way. It worked for a lot of us on this squad. Think about it, Bernie. Dimitri, what attack do we want to use? We have a Pokemon battle coming down here. This one is confused, so it's going to have trouble counterattacking. And we go for absolute meme hits with Thundershock. Our new Pokemon power involves meme crits.
Consequence of the blood I've spilled.
And I don't know how getting more lucky is a consequence of that, but I'll leave you to it, Dimitri. You earned it. Annette can just go in with the Killer Bow, go in for 90. Leaving it, unfortunately, still kicking. So we're going to move in Sir Felix. He should be able to take it down quite handily. He's also not getting a meme crit. Your crest ruined it. At least we still get the giant shell. Alright. Trilith. Come on in. It is weak to lances, so get that pointy stick right out. We take a little bit of a risk doing this, but it looks like its attack and the counter won't kill you. So this is perfectly fine to do. Oh, we get a lucky dodge, and we get a crest activation. So we had a couple forms of insurance, I guess. Riveting enemy phases on this map. Great dodge there from Dimitri as well. Getting good RNG in this gym battle. Okay then, Felix. Felix, is this a dog? This might be a dog. Fetch. It, shot something back. Maybe this is your dog, Felix. We've been looking for so long. Couple hits with the pointy stick should take down this barrier. And now Dimitri should be able to break the final one down with just a Dark Pulse. And take down the health bar, get the poison strike damage in. Get that Umbral Steel. 2 more health bars to go before Felix can take the dog home from the shelter here. Killer Bow will take that down with just the 1 shot.
Wait, that's it?
I'm as confused as you. Maybe Linhardt can make up for it.
If only progress didn't require so much work.
I think that would have benefited both of you there, Lynn. Ashe, just the wind? No, we're going to go for the full beans. If we can get it twice, I think you take it down single-handedly. No, not quite. This is a dog, not something full of beans. Sylvain helps Sir Felix out, tries to tame the dog.
Let's finish this.
Oh, you might be cutting it down a little too much.
I expect no less.
Dimitri expecting full brutality all the time. We actually got to see this one creeping up. Mercedes in absolutely no danger. She gets to stay on the edge of the fog. Takes a little bit of poison strike damage. And now we're going to split the squad up a little bit since we spotted our next quarry up here. And just going in with the training lance, we do get hit by that 45% shot.
I'll use this power for the greater good.
Your track record on that is spotty at best, I'd say. Sylvain can go in with a curved shot to break down that barrier. And now we'll just reposition a bunch of folks to get ready for the next phase of their respective battles. So we've got Dimitri, Ashe, Sylvain, Gilbert, and Trilith up in the north. And thank you, Naturist, Marianne, and Armor Cetus' Squire for identifying what does and does not look like a wolf. This is not the first wolf we fought on this map, I should remind everyone. That's just the one she felt like remarking on. Armor Cetus gets hit for 3 out of that very intense animation. Trilith is on the ropes. We get a lucky dodge there. Couple of counterattacks. But we've got some healing to do. And a lot of poison damage coming in on us. You may not survive with that attitude. So let's just have you use Thunder and get on out of there so that Sylvain can be at the front position. We'll move you right here. Sylvain is going to move up there. We can't see that other monster anymore because I guess Trilith forgot to turn in his report. Good dodge from Sylvain as he attacks the wolf. And we're just going to keep him right there. Ingrid can join the battle with Armor Cetus and break down a barrier with Seraphim, so it shouldn't be able to counterattack when Mercedes moves in. Looks like it is weak to swords, so Thunder Cetus powers activate. We only needed 1 to slice down the barrier, it's okay.
I'll cut through.
Now, Felix obviously isn't a sword user or anything like that, but he can get in some good damage through that open barrier. Leonie gets up to level 22. She has an important paralogue coming up.
Work to be done.
Indeed, there is, more particularly on your strength and magic scores. So let's maybe think about those a little bit. Annette using her opening to deal incredible amounts of damage and break down that health bar. Now we should have another turn to break down those remaining barriers and kill it. Looks like that one only hit its ally. Good going there, enemy phase. Attack coming in on Felix. He gets a dodge and notably needs 666 experience points to get to the next level. What does that mean? This beast that can't move anymore actually does get a hit in on Sylvain. Trilith going back to 1 HP because he just likes living on the edge. He lives for the thrill. Annette, notably, can get into melee range and has a gambit. It's easy to forget that. We'll have Linhardt run on in, just put that poison axe straight into its mouth, because that is the most effective delivery mechanism of attacks that he has at the moment. We're actually going to give Felix a chance to practice his magic, because he already captured one of these as his pet dog.
I'm just not there yet.
Well, you can get closer with that extra movement. It'll let you get there faster. More Umbral Steel coming out of this monster. Marianne, again, participating. It's wild. And Mercedes is going to come in and build on her Squire's attack by showing her the ropes of being in the Thunder Cetus crew.
This is for everyone's good.
It really is. Wow, you and Marianne should team up more often, I guess. You can learn from that, Felix. Look at all those stats she raised. Okay, Sylvain has this Wodow going on. Looks like we get the crit that is unnecessary, so we get to spend both of those charges on it. Excellent. Move back to this square to block the monsters. A little bit of first aid going down on Trilith.
I must pull through.
You actually do have to pull through. It is literally a game objective. It will not let you die as much as Dimitri might like you to. We got some more healing to do. Let's heal up Trilith with a Physic before going into these riveting enemy phases. We can actually see some of these now, so it's a little more interesting. Good dodge coming down from Ashe. Not a good dodge there from Felix. He even misses his own attack and realizes, oh, dodging was an option. Marianne, not dead. Look at how not dead she is. 2 attacks she took.
I'm not strong enough.
It's okay. It's okay. Armor Cetus is here. We can learn from her.
Obvious.
Great dodge there from Sylvain. And now it is our turn again. More poison damage coming on in. Ashe, what can you accomplish? Looks like we just want to use the wind. This thing is so fast you can't double it, even though you're Ashe. Looks like we lost track of our Corey here, so we'll move Gilbert in just to say hello. And here comes Dimitri. Looks like Gilbert's going to act as his Pokemon trainer here as Dark Pulse takes down Mighty Ida, just to show that we earned our Dark-type badge. Okay then, Mercedes. What do we want to use? We want to switch to the Lance of Ruin to boost our defensive capabilities before using our other wave attack to break down all these barriers on the wolf. Right, shields are down. We get another Woot Steel. We have more barriers and more wolf over here. So Marianne, we want you to actually use a Gambit. We got a 90% chance to hit. Let's go for it.
I think now is good.
Okay. I was worried you were about to join the My Plan is Flawless Club with a setup like that, but we managed to nail the 90. Okay, a couple of barriers to break down, then we're going to be safe through this enemy phase. Good crit coming down from Annette. Not funny, per se, but effective. Felix just has his standard issue military stick here to take this one down. Notably, this is actually a dog, so that might have been a better one to try and recruit, but it's okay. We already got one. Nosferatu coming down to finish off the health bar there.
Just be careful.
Sylvain urging caution. We'll see whether we heed that advice or not. Looks like this has a 23% chance to hit us, 22 with the bow, so we'll go with that. Great dodge. Getting in some incremental damage and staying in place. We'll have Trilith use the siege weapon over here because he suddenly remembered that was an option, and move on to the heal tile to Let's try and counteract that poison a little bit. Poison breath coming down. Let's see, will it hit Sylvain? Oh, it did. Not good. Not good. Luckily, poison damage can't kill you because, as Dimitri might be confusing you about, this is not actually Pokemon. Frykugel, real potent. Just slice down that health bar by her lonesome. And Annette is going to help out her friend Armor Cetus with a Hunter's Volley. Neither one got a crit. Okay. That is, I guess, was statistically not that unlikely. Dimitri using Thunder. Just regular type effective. Poison Strike damage coming in. Can Felix finish the job here? Just poke in with Lewin. Well, that was dramatic.
Impressive.
Ingrid, very impressed by the fact that her family's relic did what it was intended to do.
You took me,
Ingrid
Margaret.
takes that one down with a Nosferatu, and no one going to praise her for that? Come on. More first aid coming down on Trilith. Ashe wondering how he's lived this long. And Trilith just going to go in with a regular fire spell to take down the health bar.
I will not die here.
Well, we're going to take some chances, but I think you're right.
Is that it?
Dodge there. We're going to stay at 1 HP. Sylvain don't
You think
care.
something like this could kill me? No way.
Right, we're actually going to move him back to the heal tile. He cares a little. Hits coming in on Trilith. Gets a good counterattack. And Sylvain is now at non-ridiculous hit points. Gilbert, come on in. See what you can accomplish. The Rapier will be good to break down one barrier.
I must pull through.
Trilith. Let's actually just try to kill this thing. Killer Lance, not very killer. Not impressed. 0 out of 10. Would not kill again. Wind coming down and blowing away the remains of that health bar, getting Ashe to level 35.
Without power, who can you protect?
Well, magic power would have been ideal, but I guess you are working up to Mortal Savant. Sylvain, come on in here. You're not worried about dying, right? Let's go in with the Wodow. Great dodge there. Only one crit out of the 2. Again. Felix, heal up Sylvain. Just can't keep him separated from his friend. And we'll have a Physic go down from who knows where Ingrid even is on this map. And who's this gonna hit? Only Trilith. Of course. More poison coming on in. Okay, Ashe. Looks like the barriers are all up again. So let's just try to cut it down.
What's the plan?
And Dodge Tank Sylvain can get in pretty safely to break this barrier down, which should let basically anyone get the finishing blow. And here's basically anyone to claim that prize. He knew he only had one opening to be relevant, and he took it.
Learn from you.
That's very generous, Sir Felix. I understand you want to keep your troops' morale up, but you don't need to go that far. It just seems disingenuous. We can actually get through the forest faster without Trilith's horse. We'll see whether that is a good decision or not. It looks like he got some dodges, so those aren't strictly necessary for everything he does. Okay then, Dimitri, we've got another Mightyena that you're up against. So go ahead and use Dark Pulse. And break down that barrier, get some Poison Strike damage. Okay then, Ingrid. Do we want to break barriers or just deal damage?
I can do no less.
Well, looks like Ingrid wanted to do both, because she gets a crit to break the health bar, the barrier, everything. And it goes after Gilbert, and Gilbert gets hurt a little bit. We don't actually have to worry about him that much. That is a breath of fresh air, Gilbert-wise. Dimitri is not content to let this Mighty Ina get away. It looks like he actually has some pretty good dodges to do. Yeah, Thundershock he is very dodgy with, so he's going to go in and get hit by an 11% attack. RNG's busted. But we get the Wood Steel. Good enough. Okay, Gilbert. Now that it's stunned, you can do whatever you like. Use those trading gauntlets and get that wolf punching in that you've been fantasizing about. Felix, can you finish this thing off? I guess not. Just practice your magic then. Okay, Ashe. You've got to be able to kill this thing, right? No? Just the wind won't do it? The trees are blocking all the power of your wind? Fine. We'll have Trilith do it, of all people. And now we get to the big bad of Maurice.
Nothing will stop me from feasting upon your flesh and blood.
Well, dodging all your attacks would do that, and that is Sylvain's goal. So he's going to draw your attention with a gambit. And then dive into somewhere where he can be maximally safe. We dodge a 9% chance to get hit, which apparently isn't a guarantee. I mean, it literally isn't, but we think of it as one. Now then, more gambits have to go down. These are anti-magic barriers, so we'll use that hole that Sylvain created to send in Ingrid's resonant flames. And of course, it's forest fire time, which lights things up enough for us to see that wolf. Interesting. Dimitri used thunder. It is super effective. That's not the weather condition that makes it always hit, so I'm a little confused. But it gets us to level 35 anyway. Don't question it.
The consequence of the blood I've spilled.
Again, not going to ask too many questions about that either, but apparently blood makes you more charming. Is he a vampire? We'll find out. We have a lot to worry about now that there is an extra wolf. So let's have Trilith in his spiky armor draw this wolf's attention to himself, the first selfless thing he has done. Maybe that whole trying to redeem himself thing isn't going totally nowhere. Annette, help us out with these remaining barriers. Sewing Needle can actually sew those out. Sylvain can break down this last one. He's just gotta stab in with an arrow in melee range, and it goes down. What do we get out of it? 5 Umbral Steel. Okay, now we can attack it with impunity. We'll go in with Felix for 14 with his throw-in stick. Oh, Leone. You tried. The fire continuing to burn. Okay, Trilith misses the dodge there. He gets the second one, so he's not just dead.
I'd be honored.
Okay, now we have to make some decisions. I think we need to just put all our resources into offing Maurice this turn. So we're going to try and see if he's got any beans. And there were some in that first health bar, I guess. Oh, the second one. And now we gotta stay out of range since it can counterattack anything it wants. Thunder goes down. I guess the fire's out, so it's not super effective anymore. We gotta move our dodge tank up. Use the Wodao, and this is a really safe attack. There's no crit chance, really low hit chance. Get one of those crits.
I may not survive.
And yeah, you probably won't if you get hit. So let's just try to make that health bar go away. Trilith actually stole Aranthar from Dimitri. Another reason Dimitri's pissed at him.
I'm your girl.
Annette, you can attack from outside its counterattack range. Let's see how Hunter's Volley can help us out. Just with the silver bow, gets the most guaranteed damage. Neither one was a crit, though.
Ready when you are.
Okay. Ingrid, you can safely attack. Let's go in with a Seraphim for 50. Okay, take it down to 98. Do we have enough firepower left? We've got Felix and Thunder Cetus that can still go in. Freikugel with a smash. Still doesn't get a crit. Okay. We're still in this, I think. Mercedes lives through the counterattack. She can't cast spells. Oh no. Felix, what can you put out here? Lewin gets us 30, and you do need to dodge one of these attacks. Take it down to 33. Two good dodges coming down from Felix. And who's left? Gilbert and Marianne. Gilbert, you would die if you just attacked, so flip this coin here. Okay, we take it down to 18. Marianne, we just need you to deal 18 damage. Can you do it? This is the moment of truth, Marianne. Oh, she can. She can actually do it. And she doesn't even need to use a combat art.
Nothing will stop me from feasting upon your flesh and blood.
Well, you know what will stop you? If you're dead. Rigor mortis will stop you from doing that. Marianne gets the kill.
You did surprisingly well. I mean, considering that it's you.
Don't make me hurt you.
Give women credit. Come on, Sylvain.
I want to learn even more.
Well, you've learned more than that in the past. Let's review your lesson plans.
Well done. Finally, this nightmare of 1,000 years is at its end.
All the students in Trilith's class wish they could say the same.
Christ, if this body is to decay, then the sword, I leave it to you.
And of course, by proxy, to Mercedes, the knight you serve. And who gets MVP? We know it's Marianne in our hearts, but apparently it's actually Sylvain taking credit for her accomplishments. Thanks for watching this episode of Failure Emblem. Please subscribe to the channel and like this video so that I can keep making this content. If you have any suggestions or thoughts on the future of this run or anything else about the channel, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter at @FailureEmblem. Thank you.